Karens often get into problems with the law. But what happens when these Karens act like they know everything about the law and act entitled? That's what we're going to explore in these 4 stories of Karens dealing with the law. On January 8, 2023, officers responded to an incident at the airport involving a 30-year-old woman named Karina. She had been removed from an airplane due to disruptive behavior, including yelling, spitting, and cursing at airline employees. When officers arrived, they found Karina walking away from the plane towards the restroom. They tried to stop her, but she kept walking.
Miss, you're not free to leave. Okay, no, you're not. Come here.
She entered the restroom, and officers requested her to come out so they could discuss the situation. However, she refused to leave the bathroom. Eventually, she came out of the restroom, but when officers began questioning her, she declined to answer any queries and repeatedly stated that she was going to call her lawyer.
Any more questions? I'm going to call a lawyer.
Did you have anything to eat today?
I'm going to call a lawyer. Before I answer any questions, I'm going to call a lawyer.
Did you have anything to eat today?
I'm going to call a lawyer.
The officers inquired about any alcohol consumption, and Karina denied having anything to drink. They explored possible reasons for her removal from the plane and encouraged her to be honest. Karina resisted providing information and expressed frustration, claiming that she was being mistreated. As the officers continued their attempts to solve the situation, she became increasingly agitated and resisted their instructions. She refused to show identification, denied having anything to eat, and expressed discomfort with the officers' presence. The officers informed Karina that she was being arrested for public intoxication based on information received from the airline. The situation escalated when they tried to arrest her.
I'll call my dad. I'll call my dad. No, call my dad. Yeah, no, calm down. Calm down. He's a lieutenant. Calm down. No.
Karina began kicking and resisting the officers' attempts to detain her. She expressed distrust and discomfort with the officers. Throughout the incident, Karina's behavior remained confrontational, and she repeatedly asserted her rights and discomfort. The officers attempted to handle the situation calmly and professionally, despite Karina's resistance. Karina was charged with resisting arrest, battery on a public servant, and public intoxication. If you think Karina was acting entitled, then you need to see the next one. On February 16, 2023, Virginia Wargo Pitzner went into a nearby store without realizing it would turn into a big problem for her. While she was walking around the store, she came across someone with a disability who had a service dog with them. The situation took a bad turn when Pitzner started questioning why the service dog was there, even though there was clear evidence justifying its presence. Things got worse, and the situation eventually got so out of hand that law enforcement had to step in. The person with a disability explained what happened, noting that Pitzner demanded proof of the dog's service status and even confronted and kicked them. The disabled person emphasized their 20-year commitment to shopping at the store and pointed out the convenience of using a service dog leash. The disabled individual, with a background in martial arts, expressed a non-aggressive response but emphasized the wrongfulness of Pitzner's actions. The situation further escalated when the police approached Pitzner. She explained that she had asked the man for proof that his dog was a service animal, but he didn't show it. Pitzner claimed she kicked the disabled individual due to the dog jumping on her.
And then the dog jumped on me, so I turned around and I kicked him.
When the officer tried arresting her, she resisted a little bit, and she was not cooperating at all.
This in your car, what do you want me to do with this?
If I tell you, you'll give me another second.
Pitzner was ultimately taken into custody on charges of battery on a person over 65 and disorderly conduct. The person with a disability conveyed his disappointment about the incident and the marks they sustained.
People can't treat other people like that. It's not right.
Throughout the incident, the disabled individual maintained a calm demeanor, emphasizing the legality of using a service dog and the wrongful actions of Pitzner. Entitled Karens Don't Stop with Pitzner. Let's look at the next one. On January 9, 2022, in Austell, Georgia, a police officer noticed a vehicle crossing over a median. The officer quickly pulled the vehicle over to address the situation. When the officer approached the driver and asked about the incident, the driver initially denied hitting the median. However, she later admitted to striking the median, explaining that she had made a left turn just before the incident.
That's what I just said, and you said no.
Yeah, no.
Do you see where I'm confused at? I say you hit the median, you say no. You say you hit the median, you say yes.
The officer questioned the driver about the incident and whether she had consumed alcohol or any substances impairing her. The driver denied having anything to drink and resisted the idea of a breathalyzer test. The officer expressed concern about the driver's behavior and the fact that the vehicle lacked insurance. The situation escalated when the officer asked the driver to step out of the vehicle. The driver resisted, stating she felt uncomfortable and accused the officer of being aggressive. The officer emphasized the need for her to exit the vehicle due to the lack of insurance. The driver continued to resist, claiming the arrest was unjustified.
I will tase you.
Why are you trying to fight?
I'm not trying to fight.
I'm about to get
I
in
have
the car.
asked you so many
I need to
times.
contact a person.
As the officer attempted to detain the driver, she became more agitated and accused the officer of illegal actions, including searching her vehicle and purse without cause. The officer attempted to explain the arrest, but the driver remained adamant about the perceived injustice. The officer proceeded to arrest the driver for driving without insurance, among other charges. The driver continued to protest, asserting that the arrest was discriminatory. The officer assured the driver that her concerns would be addressed at the police station.
Going through my purse, there's nothing that she's going to find. This is illegal, and this is a problem. At this moment, I need to call my attorney.
In custody, the driver expressed her dissatisfaction with the arrest, mentioning past experiences with law enforcement. The driver faced charges, including driving without insurance, suspended registration, driving on roadways lane for traffic, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. The next Karen you are about to see will blow your mind. On March 19, 2023, in Marshfield, Wisconsin, a concerning 911 call was received from a distressed woman urgently seeking police assistance but unwilling to provide additional details. The call included the sounds of a man yelling in the background. Responding to the call, officers were quickly sent to the location determined through the ping of the woman's cell phone. Upon reaching the scene, the officers knocked on the apartment door and tried to communicate with the occupants.
Police department, open the door.
A woman came out, who was later identified as Shakira. She appeared agitated, mentioning that she needed to go to work.
I have to, nothing. Nothing, I have to go to work. I don't even know why you guys are here. Get away from me, please. You're making me feel, I want the chief of police here.
She denied calling the police. The situation escalated as Shakira continued to resist, insisting on going to work and becoming increasingly agitated. The officers persisted in attempting to understand the situation and assess if anyone inside needed assistance. The male in the apartment, later identified as Brandon, eventually came to the door with his fist raised, creating a tense situation.
Oh my God, stop!
Get the fuck away from me!
Oh my God, stop!
The officers deployed a taser to control the situation. During the arrest, Shakira continued to resist, claiming she only called 911 to scare Brandon.
I was trying to threaten him with the fucking cops.
Okay, that's
That was
inappropriate,
it.
first of all, right?
I understand that, but
Okay.
he wasn't doing anything, and I wasn't doing anything.
Okay.
She later mentioned a desire to go to the hospital, but the officers insisted on taking her to the police department instead. She was charged with resisting arrest, obstructing, and disorderly conduct. If you enjoyed the content, then consider subscribing to the channel.